The Oliver Estate has stood here in Middleborough since before the start of the Revolutionary War.
The house came about as a wedding gift. It was built for Dr. Peter Oliver Jr. and his young bride-to-be, Sally Hutchinson.
In the 2.5 centuries since, it served as a home to a handful of families who've come and gone. But some believe that their spirits remain.
My first experience in this house happened at the top of the stairs.
Christy Parrish is one of those believers and the estate's caretaker.
These little electric candles, I went out and had purchased these because it was so dark. Put them in all the windows, locked up the house, looked back up, and one of the candles was on the other side of the house.
So Parrish walked back into the house and turned the candle off.
I was at the top of the staircase. There was a man that was standing there in the doorway. He was taller than me. I could see his form, as solid as anything, and he said, "You came back." Just like that, like it was a test. And I said, "Yes, I did, but now I gotta go."
Wow. Yeah. Gave me goosebumps. But not all of Parrish's paranormal experiences here have been as obvious, so she uses tools that she says allow her to detect and interpret spiritual activity.
We measure a couple of different forms of energy that spirits emanate. Picking up an electromagnetic field. The REM pod will actually be something that is audible for us to realize that they understand or they're acknowledging what we're actually saying.
How did you get into this line of work and end up here from Tennessee?
From Tennessee, yeah. Well, I actually taught myself to become...
They're happy you're here, by the way.
Parrish's day job in manufacturing moved to Boston in 2009. She heard about the Oliver Estate from a friend who knew she had an interest in the paranormal field.
I don't necessarily label myself as a psychic, not at all. I'm just a person that's willing to open up and listen. I'm also the keeper of their stories, and I will continue to pass them on so that future generations will learn about how far we've come in our American history.
One way Parrish passes on those stories is by giving tours of the Oliver Estate.
There are 15 that we've documented mainstay spirits that roam within this house. So depending on the time, the day, and your energy that you put out is depending on the ones that will actually step up and have a conversation with you. When we take people on ghost tours, it's not just about blinky lights. It's more about, let's understand who these people really are.
There are people who are non-believers. There are people who are also afraid of this, fear it might be evil or malevolent. What do you say to those folks?
There are a lot of people that don't believe, and I'm okay with that. For people who are afraid, I would say there are things out there in this world to be afraid of when it comes to the paranormal. Do some homework before you go to visit places. Come to a place like this where you've had the teams in there that's done the legwork and deemed it a great place to investigate that's safe to bring people.
Parrish says she's just gotten started, getting to the heart of this home's rich history with some help.
They have a lot to say here. They just need people to listen.
If your proclivity for paranormal activity is of the metropolitan variety, you can hop on board an Old Town trolley in Boston for the Ghosts and Gravestones tour.
It's kind of a hybrid. It's a historical tour. You know, we're telling real things that have really happened in this city. We're telling some real ghost stories, but we're doing it with a bit of flair.
Stephen Johnson is the tour and entertainment manager.
There's a lot of tours, but there's not a lot like this.
So this is what everyone comes to the Granary Burying Ground to see, right? The Midnight Rider, the Clear of the Sons of Liberty, the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Revere!
It is never the same tour twice.
It probably won't surprise you to learn that I may have headed out onto the streets of Boston late at night to manufacture additional inventory. That means I killed people.
They've even had some unannounced guests over the 20 years they've been operating.
We got to the top of the gate, we look inside, and somebody says, there's somebody in there. But of course, nobody's allowed in these graveyards at night. They're all locked up. And I look inside and I see that there's a woman with a black dress and white hair. She's crying over one of the headstones. She walks behind one of the trees and then I can't find her. and we look all around. Needless to say, we left pretty quickly, but for that whole week, every guy that kept coming up there, they kept seeing her. Now, of course, she could just be a person, but you have to ask yourself, why is somebody going into one of our graveyards crying over headstones that are 300 and 400 years old?
While these people and their stories may be centuries old, these tour guides believe they are worth remembering.
I do think it's important to preserve our history and to really understand where we come from.
And it wouldn't be Halloween Eve without some ghost stories, right? Well, the Ghost in the Gravestones Tours runs through the winter, a fun way to learn the city's history in the off-season. Just wear layers and bring a blanket. And back to the Oliver estate, some very prominent politicians have walked those halls, including John and Abigail Adams, Thomas Hutchinson, and James Bowdoin. Coming up, a self-proclaimed witch and her prediction for the year to come.